are all that's left for the 2025 NBCS season as we trek our way to the Great White North of Canada for our final superspeedway race of the year. Hi, hello, and good evening, race fans. Welcome to Rimouski, Quebec for tonight's coverage of Race 33 of the NR2003 Mission BBQ Cup Series season, the Labatt Blue 500. Live from the Ricky Raceway, once again, welcome everybody to tonight's Intercast on the North American Sim Racing Network. My name is Trey Wright, and with a quartet of contests remaining, every position matters tenfold from here on out. For some drivers, the quest for a championship might end here this evening. For others, this could be the turning point in getting back into the title fight. There is no bigger wildcard in the chase like a superspeedway, and if you're able to come out of tonight in a good position, you'll have a great shot at the title heading into the last three races of 2025. Brennan Wilmington became the second chase driver to win a chase race last week in Milwaukee, and his domination in the Harley-Davidson American 400 has slingshotted himself up to second in the standings, 101 points back of the dominant driver in the chase, the 31 car of Campbell Marsh. Those 101 points equating to about 21 positions on the racetrack, which here at Ricky could evaporate in a matter of seconds. Bradley Ream is still in the title fray. He's 182 back of Marsh coming into tonight. Angel Gutierrez and Corey Case round out the top five. The only other chase drivers with a full race's worth of points behind that 31 car of Campbell Marsh. Riley Sampson, Caleb Rose, Braden Perez, Matthew Hubert, and Carson Miller currently round out the top 10. Esteban Lacer is 11th, but with 4 races left, Alex Lozano, who currently sits last on the chase grid, could potentially be the first driver mathematically eliminated from championship contention here tonight. He sits 2.5 races worth of points behind Marsh, and that FedEx number 11 machine needs a great race here tonight. He wants to keep his championship aspirations alive coming out of Ricky. We mentioned that Ricky is the biggest wild card on the chase schedule. It's that way for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's a super speedway. The cycle racing here is as prevalent as it is every other super speedway we go to. Number two, the big one is the most punishing here of any super speedway we go to, so there's almost no apron around this track, so when the big one strikes, there is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. You better pray it's behind you because you'll likely be swept in it. And of course, number three, this race historically always comes down to fuel mileage, so keeping out of trouble, timing the cycle, and hitting your fuel numbers correctly are all going to factor into who wins this race and who has a good shot at the championship going into Gateway next Saturday night. We've snapped some long winless streaks over these last 2 races. Cole Sampson 2 races ago at the Denver Oval and Brennan Wilmington 1 week ago in Milwaukee. Could we go for 3 for 3 tonight in that department? We're going to find out right here and right now. Let's go down trackside for the most famous words in motorsports to fire the engines for the Labatt Blue 500.
Drivers, start your engines.
42 cars roar to life as we get ready to run 500 miles here in the beautiful province. The rookie Bruno Diacomo looks for his first career win here tonight in the Otter Island Motorsports number 79 machine. Next to him on row number 1, you got the highest starting chase driver on the grid, the 92 car of Braden Perez to round out the front row. Back in here in row number 2, you have got the Canadian driver, the hometown hero from nearby Ottawa, the 07 of Daniel Bouchard, next to the current championship leader, Campbell Marsh, rocking row number 2. Danny Fallington and Matthew Hubert round out row number 3 for tonight's race. A little bit of a slow start for Braden Perez on the outside line as we take a look at everybody starting towards the tail end of the field. The 32 of Caleb Rose, the defending winner of this race, Angel Gutierrez and Carson Miller. 50 laps are in order for tonight's race. Stages concluding at laps 15 and 30. Pit window coming down to 28 to 30 laps here at the Ricky Raceway. Landon Smith Jr., Derek Hamill, Tyler Reynolds, and Caleb Rose, the 4 previous winners of this race. Caleb Rose, the only returnee from that quartet. Pace car down the pit lane. Bruno Diacomo leads the field to the race's restart zone. Green flag is in the air. We're live from Canada. And Logan Alexander right off of the start having some sort of mechanical issue. So that'll drop the field down to 41 cars and a tough start to the race. That's going to split the field up just a little bit here as off of turns 3 and 4. Swinging to the outside was the 31 of Marsh. He'll lose a couple of spots and charging his way to the front, Riley Sampson in that 24 car. Here on lap number 2 of the event, it is Bruno Giacomo out front. Otter Island Motorsports already with one Superspeedway win under their belt. Coming from that lady right there, the number 75 of Dylan Matthews. Otter Island Motorsports nose to tail on the outside lane. Danny Fallington down low. One win on the season already. Riley Sampson, who had the other Superspeedway win at the Greenville Spartanburg Speedway a couple of months ago in race number 2 of the chase. He will swing out to the race lead. 2 and 3 wide throughout the entirety of this field. Daniel Bouchard caught in the middle of a 3 wide situation. It's Braden Perez trekking towards the back end of this field. Nearly a little bit of a bobble there between the pack as we get shuffled back out to double file. Taking a look back in here is Logan Alexander. He looks like he will go down a lap. It was a flat tire right on the start of this race, but he already crossed the start-finish line, so the start was official. And a tough break for Alexander, who will go down multiple laps here on lap number 3. Riley Sampson leading a couple of laps here. Led a lap that last time by. We're on lap number 4. My apologies. And merging up into traffic, a little bit of contact being made. It's Logan Alexander nearly LePaging the field there. Made some side-swiping contact with the 5 of Cole Sampson. And nearly triggered the big one here in the opening stages of tonight's race on lap number 5. Ryan Durrani will now go to the inside of the 24. Got the other Canadian driver on the grid, the 14 of Keegan Thompson, looking for win number 2 of the season. Your Rockingham winner, trying to get his first win outside of the U.S. and trying to win at his home track as well. The Riley, Alberta native, third car on the inside lane as Ryan Durrani trying to block the run from the 34 of Georgi. Georgi down on the low side, trying to get that race lead away from Durrani, and he will. 10 laps to go in stage number 1. Already a quick-moving race here at Ricky. We might go 3 wide for the race lead. Somebody is going to get caught out. We might go 4 wide for a brief moment. So Ryan Durrani is going to be the odd one out. 3 wide down the back. Straight away we go. The field flies by now. All 42 cars on top of one another. And the racing is going to get more and more aggressive the longer this run goes on. The fans going wild here in Quebec as the Albertan will go to the race lead. Keegan Thompson out front. How long can he hold on to it? Matthew Hubert in second. Eric Monaco in third. And it's 3 by 3 wide. A couple of rows deep behind these cats back in here. When do things go wrong? They might be going wrong soon. One of the drivers on the outside, Ryan Durrani. They'll file it back down to 2 wide for a brief moment. Still 3 wide halfway through this field. Matt Wolf on the inside. You got your Armory Digital winner of Nathan Stapleton right in the middle of a 3 wide situation as the field will come off for home. Matthew Hubert will get a lap led this time by in car number 23 as this field continuing to put down fast lap time after fast lap time here on lap number 8. 3 wide for the race lead. Toby Murphy, the defending series champion, down on the low side. This field will go 3 by 3 wide, a couple of rows deep. Murphy now caught on the inside. Some shuffling on the outside lane. Here comes Logan Williams on the inside. Skylar Taylor's on the outside. Taylor falls back. Williams now to the race lead as we continue to cycle like there is no tomorrow here at the Ricky Raceway. Logan Williams will get a lap led. Highest running chase driver Corey Case, who started deep in the field all the way back in 35th. Right now, that 5th car on the inside lane, the outside lane, starting to lose a little bit of momentum. That inside lane, the way to go is Campbell Marsh, caught in the deep in the pack there in that 31 car. This pack right now, a ticking time bomb just waiting to go wrong and blow up. Campbell Marsh back in that inside lane, hoping he is able to avoid the big one when it comes here, because it's going to come soon. 6 laps to go in stage number 1. Davenport now to the race lead in the 98. This field just cycling like there is absolutely no tomorrow. Like we said, 3 wide, about 10 rows deep here at the Ricky Raceway. Everybody on top of one another. Nearly a little bit of room for 4 wide in there. That cannot work on the straightaways, maybe in the corners. The lane, we got a 3-lane bottleneck down on these straightaways. Marsh cutting his way through the field, already back inside the top 23 wide in front of him for a brief moment. Bradley Ream, Riley Sampson, and Skylar Taylor 3 wide for about half a second. 3 wide for the top spot in the field. It's once again going to catch up to that 58 of Logan Alexander. Alexander nearly LePage the field once already tonight. Does he do it again? He is going to get swallowed up by that inside lane, and the inside is going to be held up by that Celsius Ford. Here comes the outside lane with the run on the outside. Got a couple of Titan Fury cars. The big race lead out front is Logan Alexander with a very slow automobile here on lap number 12. This is going to divide this field a lot up here, as pretty much the entire inside lane was disintegrated, and pretty much the entirety of this field is going to get calmed down for the most part, as Campbell Marsh now stuck behind that stricken 58 car. So that's going to divide this field up a ton, and that is going to relieve a ton of pressure that was at the front end of this field. 3 Dodges at the point right now. 2 of them Titan Fury, 1 of them Logan Sport. Logan Williams trying to catch back up to this 2-car tandem. Igor Barreto pushing 1 of the 3 cars that he owns. Now he'll abandon his teammate. Down to the inside goes the Valvoline Charger. Two laps to go in stage number 1. This time around, an aggressive block on the outside lane by the 13 car. Here comes Logan Williams trying to take that spot away. He'll split up the 2 Titan Fury cars. The more that these guys battle up in here, a big run brewing from that 84 machine. Alexander Rowe looking for his first win on an oval, and trying to get that second win of the season as a rookie. 3 rookies leading this second little mini pack up in here. Williams to the race lead. Rogel Dorn trying to go to the inside, and Esteban Lasserre now the highest running chase driver. We've reached the final lap in stage number 1. It looks like these guys are going to be all fighting for a lot of chase, or rather, a lot of extra points. Only 1 chase driver up inside this little 8-car mini pack up in here. Make it a 9-car mini pack. The fight for the final spot is going to be back in here for 10th. It looks like Owen Miles might take that final point away from Carson Miller. Bradley Ream in pursuit, swinging off turns 3 and 4. An aggressive block on the outside by the 71. It will be enough, as Mitchell Collins will win stage number 1, and the fight back in here. Looks like Owen Miles just barely got it to go right at the end. No, it was Carson Miller by about 2 1/1000ths of a second, taking that final spot away. For the end of stage number 1, 3 wide up in here is Esteban Lasserre. Will now go to the point in car number 64. Approaching the midway point through this race is the fastest lap belonging to Brennan Wilmington, a 35.583 second lap time. That's right now 5 bonus points in the piggy bank for that driver of that number 62 machine. We'll check back in here towards the tail end of the field, and Campbell Marsh did not get a good jump. With the lap car of Logan Alexander being in the way, he got shuffled out a ton, and Brennan Wilmington right now in this second pack, he's storming up trying to get inside that top 10. So right now for Wilmington, who last time by was in 12th, Campbell Marsh back in 32nd. They are about even in terms of the point standings right now. And this second pack up in here gaining on these guys about maybe 0.2 of a second per lap, so they are far from out of it. And look at all the chase drivers in this second pack. Sampson, Wilmington, Lozano, Rose, Miles, and Gutierrez back in here. Ream as well, about nearly 2/3 of the chase field, trying to chase down this lead pack right now. And Esteban Lasser also in this lead pack right now, just trying to hold his own in car number 64. Nearly 40% of the way through tonight's race already, and has been a good one so far in case you're just tuning in. It's been about as racy of a race as you can ask for. That 58 car once again very, very slow on the racetrack. I believe he is down a cylinder as well. And Roberto Crown Jr. has fallen out of the race with a mechanical issue. That means 40 cars still on the lead lap. 41 of them are on track. Campbell Marsh is trying to pick off as many spots as he can. Same thing for Braden Perez. Those two look to be the only chase drivers that were on the short end of the deal. Here we go. 3 wide up in here. A couple of rows deep. Riley Sampson's going to fall out of potentially the top 15. Oh, nearly an aggressive block down low for Angel Gutierrez. Nearly took the entire front end off of John Andrews' Camry. Andrews, who got a solid top 15 finish a week ago at Milwaukee after having a battered race car leading this second pack, as they has caught up to this lead pack up in here, and that's because Logan Alexander holding these guys up. Watch this speed differential by this lead pack stragglers and these guys back in here. And Alexander continuing to be very, very big clogger for these guys. That's going to hold these drivers up once again. Everybody just trying to get to the inside of that 58 machine. Logan Alexander has been that rare moving chicane that is definitely prevalent on these super speedways, and we're seeing it here. We approach the midway point through tonight's race, and we also approach our opening set of pit stops, set to occur right at the end of stage number 2. No cautions have been called yet so far in this race, and it has been a pretty big shuffle up for these drivers up in here. Braden Perez right now running in 33rd. Back in here, Campbell Marsh. The tail end of a pack that is being held up a little bit by that 58 car. He's trying to get to the inside as Logan Alexander continues to hold up these drivers, and he might be black flagged here, as he's already held up this field twice. Make it 3 times, I should say. Logan Williams out front. Marsh now very deep in the field, but how much did Brennan Wilmington get affected by that? Wilmington right now sitting in 13th, and Marsh last time by was 35th, so that is enough positions to currently give Brennan Wilmington the championship lead. The way things stand right now, of course, we've got a set of pit stops to go under. The way things stand right now, we got maybe next time by, this next time by, so if we do have a caution right here and right now before this opening set of pit stops, that's not going... Right now, the way things stand right now, I should say, we're not going to... This race is not going to come down to fuel mileage like it has in years past. So these drivers will be coming down the pit lane here in the next couple of laps. Halfway home here at the Ricky Raceway as Logan Williams continues to lead. Rogel Dorn right now running in that second spot. 25 down, 25 to go. As everybody continuing to jockey for position. Now it is a Dodge and Ford dominant race right at the front of this field. 5 laps, now 4 laps to go in stage number 2. We expect these guys to come down the pit lane here any time now. All these drivers back in here just trying to make their way to the front. Once again, liking to highlight Daniel Bouchard, the hometown hero from nearby Ottawa. 1 win on the season. Got his first ever win and snapped the second longest winless streak in NBCS history a couple of months ago, but he's trying to get that illustrious second win of the season. Right now, just outside of the top 10. Actually, right outside the top 20, currently running 25th back at the front end of the field. Big pack of cars, a big wad of cars as Corey Case goes to the front. Wanting to catch up to Logan Alexander again. Looks like it will be soon as Alexander, yeah, that car definitely a cylinder down. Barretto now to the front. Blocks the top lane of Corey Case. I'm liking where Esteban Lacer is right now for the end of this stage, coming here in just a couple of laps. Because if Lacer, remember, if Lacer, any chase driver, is able to win a stage, saw with Brennan Wilmington twice last week, or if you win the stage as a chase driver, you get that additional chase point. So it's 11 points for winning a stage instead of 10. For every other driver, it is indeed 10 points being used to their avail. Final lap in stage number 2, right here and right now. Lacer may have made his move a little too early as this field is going to once again catch up to Logan Alexander. Looks like they're trying to stay out here a little bit to get to the end of this stage, as Alexander will block these drivers going down the back straightaway. Lacer will be clear on through, but does he have enough time to get around the 96? Big clog up in the back, and oh, here we go! Right out the final lap of stage number 2, Esteban Lacer is going to come down the pit lane. And that is going to change everything up in here. Couple of drivers staying out, but the majority of the field coming down the pit lane right here and right now. I believe Dano Georgi stayed out, Riley Sampson, and Esteban Lacer is in fact going to get an additional stage point right at the end. But here we go. So right at the end of stage number 2, all these drivers coming down. Riley Sampson is going to stay out an additional lap. I don't know about that call. Looks like Matthew Hubert will do the same. But with 20 laps to go at the end of stage number 2. Well, that's one way for these drivers to strategize. I'm very surprised they didn't wait an extra lap. But now this field is going to get shuffled up like a deck of cards up in here as Logan Alexander continues to stay on track. I'm not sure if Riley Sampson wanted to come down that time by, but lost a ton of time. That might hurt Riley Sampson dearly in the grand scheme of things. He's able to lead a couple of laps to get some bonus points. Couple more drivers coming off of the pit lane here. I believe this might cycle out to be Dano Georgi in the race lead as he just now coming off of the pit lane. Esteban Lacer, a heat-seeking missile on the back end of that 34 car. I believe this is going to be the battle for the race lead right here and right now. Mitchell Collins to the point in the 71. I believe Collins will now be the leader as Riley Sampson led another lap last time by. He's trying to make his move way off of this long and arduous access road. I don't think he's going to lose a ton of time. Actually, yeah, he might be shuffled back in there with Alex Lozano and Logan Williams. They might catch up to the back end of that 24 the next time around. But here we are. This is the battle for the race win right here. It's final 15 odd laps of the race here tonight. Mitchell Collins, Dano Giorgi, Esteban Lasser, and Alex Sanvitale. 4 drivers with a win already this season. Don't count out Owen Miles either. Remember, had the last 2 races have snapped winless streaks of over 100 races, and Owen Miles, after those 2 races were snapped, Miles with a winless streak, easily in the triple-digit range. I'm trying to get the exact number here. He's right now running in the 5th spot. It is 121 race winless streak for Owen Miles. He's going to have to race up these guys at the front, and he's going to have to fend off these hungry drivers back in here. It's been a long time for Igor Barreto. Michael Lewis has never won a race. Alexander Rowe, like we said, has not won an oval race, but for that 05 car. Got to go all the way back to Indianapolis of 2021. The last time Owen Miles was in Gatorade Victory Lane. It was Body Armor Victory Lane back then. Now he's trying to get back into Gatorade Victory Lane. In the late stages of this race, 15 laps to go from the Ricky Raceway. The gap between the 2 packs right now, 2.5 seconds. Between Mitchell Collins and Owen Miles. These drivers now running pretty single file. These guys up in here get real racy. I believe that gap is going to close down a ton as Dano Giorgi is going to go side by side with Alex Sanvitale. See what the gap will be between these 2 packs this time by. Right now, still showing 2.5 seconds. Closed in 0.4 of a second that last time by as Sanvitale will go to the boondocks. So the second pack is absolutely coming back in here. And don't count out this 3rd pack either. We very well could see all 3 of these packs convene with about 5 laps to go if they remain single file. Seeing some of these drivers back in here. Campbell Marsh in the middle of 3 wide. And Brennan Wilmington once again cannot catch a break on a green flag pit stop. He has fallen all the way back to 37th in the fray. Good news for him. Campbell Marsh not far out in front of him as he gets into the wall. I don't know what is with that 62 car pit crew, but they have been absolutely horrible on these green flag pit stops, and he is going to need a caution to come out to get back up in here. Meanwhile, Owen Miles now stuck on the outside lane. John Andrews right now running in 5th. It's now back down to about 2.3 seconds between these 2 packs up in here. This pack now being led by Logan Williams, and this is the Chaser pack. Alex Lozano, who needs a good run tonight to keep his championship aspirations alive. He is going to be as aggressive as they come. He's behind Logan Williams. Same thing for Hubert, Case, and Sampson, and Miller as well. "12 laps to go here at the Ricky Raceway. Corey Case right now with the fastest lap in the event. Make that 11 laps to go here at Ricky. The second pack has been caught up to by the 3rd pack, but all these drivers trying to chase down this 1st pack. And this 1st pack might be held up more here. They're side by side. They're going to catch up to Logan Alexander once again. Esteban Lasser having a jump on the brakes right behind that 58 car. And Lasser is going to be held up by Alexander a ton. Way out in front, that number 71 car. And he might be a sitting duck as here comes the 2nd pack. Lasserre is going to elect to go to the outside. I'm not sure if I like that call, but they're just trying to get back up to speed. Tough break for Lasserre. Here comes the second pack. They've got the green light through. Two cars going side by side for the race lead with under 10 laps to go, and they're going to catch up to that lonesome driver out front in Mitchell Collins. This race far from over. Meanwhile, the fight for the chase for the championship lead, Campbell Marsh 22nd, Brennan Wilmington 35th, and Bradley Ream right now in 28th. This might be Campbell Marsh's championship to lose going into Gateway. But right now, this race is all we're focusing on right now. John Andrews has been a man on a mission so far. Right now, 8 laps to go as Andrews has caught up to the race leader. Mitchell Collins, they've bided their time. And I don't think that Logan Alexander is going to factor the end of this race, at least in terms of the race lead. We could have a caution coming out that would flip the race on its head. Then Green so far on out. John Andrews at the point. Two Titan Fury teammates side by side. Barretto on the inside. He's going to go for the race lead. Alexander Rowe thought about peeking down low. Stay out with it. Owen Miles, Esteban Lasserre, Michael Lewis. You got Corey Case, Riley Sampson, Alex Lozano. They're not out of the woods yet. Matthew Hubert losing a little bit of time on the tail end. It's going to come down to this pack of about 11 odd cars. Make that 13 odd cars trundling around the beautiful Provence, La Belle Provence right here and right now. And John Andrews trying to get that second win of the season. I'm liking where Logan Williams is sitting right now, because the cycle isn't as prevalent as it would be with 42 cars all in line with one another, but it is still has a presence, and I'm liking where that Hershey's number 17 Dodge is sitting right now. He's going to be my pick to win this race with 6 laps to go. Owen Miles out front. And that lead will quickly evaporate. No, he shoots back down to the inside. 5 laps to go. This is Owen Miles' closest chance at victory he has had in quite some time. Can he hold on to this race lead as that inside lane continue to get very, very prevalent? Does anybody jump down to the inside? Corey Case, the first one to jump off with 4.5 laps to go. Michael Lewis is going to get hung out to dry on the outside lane. Owen Miles out front, Esteban Lasserre and Corey Case, 2 hungry chase drivers in tow. Now Case is left out to dry. 4 laps to go. Here comes Williams and Alex Lozano with a little bit of help from the 24 car. Case on the high lane. Is he able to link up with Riley Sampson down on the low side? Remember, it was those 2 drivers that linked up the last super speedway race that we had. Looks like Sampson is going to go to the inside of Lozano. Lozano shuts the door on him. Oh, he's leaving a lot of bottom open, and here comes Sampson down on the inside. All this is happening behind Owen Miles and Esteban Lasserre. 3 laps to go. And that gap between the 05 and the 64 and the rest of this pack, who is all on top of one another, continuing to grow. Lozano now gets shoved off the low perch. He is down on the high side. Everybody continuing to get aggressive, but Owen Miles trying to go 3 for 3 in terms of snapping long winless streaks, coming around the penultimate lap here this time by. 2 laps to go. The stick's high in the air. The caution comes out now. That'll be the end of the race. And Owen Miles out front. Esteban Lasserre in second. You got 2 Fords, 3 Dodges down to the low side. It is just a Ram and Blue Oval parade. Owen Miles for Dracoan Racing trying to hold on, and here we go. A couple of drivers down the inside, and Miles will throw the block. He'll abandon the 64 car. What does Mitchell Collins have up his sleeve coming around to see the white flag lap? Final lap here at the Ricky Raceway is Mitchell Collins. He'll go to the inside of Owen Miles. Does anybody go with him? He's got to run. He's got his teammate down below him. Owen Miles is trying to get back out there, but it's Mitchell Collins to the race lead. Now what does Igor Barreto do? Does he abandon his teammate? He thought about going through the middle there. He's going to stick down to the low side. Side by side off turns 3 and 4. Mitchell Collins with a preferred line down low. They might catch up to Logan Alexander before the start-finish line. Down on the high side, he throws the block. Coming off turns 3 and 4, Mitchell Collins with a last lap wins here at Ricky. They had one more lap, or if this was at Talladega, that would have affected Mitchell Collins going to victory lane, but Titan Fury going 1-2. Mitchell Collins with a last lap pass over Owen Miles to get his second win of the season. And that is just gut-wrenching for Owen Miles, who led nearly all but one lap of this race in that final little 10-lap stint. Going to Gatorade Victory Lane, Mitchell Collins for Titan Fury Racing, getting the job done once again. I tell you what, Mitchell Collins, no stranger to excitement. He is your winner. The boss man of Titan Fury Racing, Igor Barreto, runs in second. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Mitchell Collins might now be, no, he is tied with Keegan Thompson and Eric Monaco, with 8 wins, is the all-time winningest driver here on the North American Sim Racing Network, and is tied with Keegan Thompson as the all-time winningest driver in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. Taking a look at where some of these other chase drivers ended up finishing. Highest finishing chase driver in all of that was Matthew Hubert in 4th. Alex Lozano, a great run in 8th. Esteban Lacer in 9th. Logan Williams rounding out the top 10. Corey Case fell down to 13th. Riley Sampson 14th. Carson Miller 16th. Braden Perez was able to get 22nd. Angel Gutierrez 26th. Caleb Rose 27th. What happened to Campbell Marsh at the end? He was in 30th. And Brenna Wilmington 34th. Bradley Ream 36th. So it looks like Campbell Marsh, the way things stand right now. Corey Case was 204 back. And Case with a 13th place run. That is going to retain this points lead for Marsh. He's going to gain more on Brenna Wilmington. I believe this championship lead going to be about, what is that, 4 positions between the two. So about 121 points between Wilmington and Marsh. By far, Marsh's worst result of the chase so far. And then down in here, Bruno Diacomo, the pole sitter, didn't even get a single lap led tonight, I think. He finishes in 40th. Yeah, Bradley Ream, the lowest finishing chase driver on the grid. And I tell you what, this chase has been so very interesting. Twists and turns at every corner. And we saw almost none of Pacific Racing in tonight's race. Corey Case did indeed get the fastest lap. We'll see who got the fastest pit stop. I believe pretty much everybody took 2 tires, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't believe anybody's going to get the fastest pit stop bonus there. But what a race to the end. And a last lap pass. 7/100ths of a second, the gap between Collins and Barreto. And yeah, the start-finish line was just any further than where it was. I believe Miles, or maybe even Barreto, would have beat out that 71 because that was an aggressive block at the end. But another caution-free race here in the chase. We've had probably about, 3 of those in the chase so far? If you include the race at, whatever it's called, the Denver Motorsports Park. But another last lap piece of heroics out of Mitchell Collins. I believe he leads the NBCS in terms of last lap passes for the win. But a gutsy last lap move. And it shows you that, hey, You don't abandon your teammates. We saw Barretto and Collins going side by side in the middle stages of that race, and they nearly took one another out. They're able to link up at the end and get a 1-2 finish for Titan Fury Racing, and a great job for Igor Barretto getting his 2 cars in a 1-2 finish, their second ever 1-2 finish on a super speedway here. Got it at Armory Digital last year, and they got it here at the Ricky Raceway. But that's going to do it here from Ricky. Congratulations once again to Mitchell Collins for winning the Labatt Blue 500. We'll be back next week for race number 34 of the season. 3 races remain in the schedule, 2 intermediates and a flat oval. That flat oval coming up next week at the Gateway International Raceway, the Budweiser Propane 400. Coming at you, a coverage starting at 7 o'clock on Saturday, October 18th, right here on your home for the Mission Barbecue Cup Series, the NESRN. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your point standings in chase grid after race 33 in the 2025 NBCS season. And from Rimouski, Quebec, on behalf of the North American Sim Racing Network, my name is Trey Wright, saying have a great weekend, folks, and we'll see you next week in St. Louis.